Greetings. Today I'd like to share with you some of the things that I've found fascinating and interesting after I've read the book, which is called The Courage to be Disliked. So basically, let's start with the traumas, which is one of the key ideas of the book. Basically, the book starts with the Adlerian statement, which denies that the trauma has like control over your life. Basically, despite all the negative past experiences, people, individuals, they still have the complete control over their lives. They can change their lives anytime they want. And usually, those people who say that the past determines the future, they just use the negative experiences as excuse not to change. And it's actually wrong. They should change, and they are capable of doing that. But first, they need to realize that they have control over their lives and that the past do not define them. Second point, unhappiness is a choice, and so is happiness. So people can choose to be happy like right away, just right this moment, and become happy. And they usually do not choose that. It's for some reason easier to choose to become unhappy, and that's unfortunate. And the formula for happiness is basically um, one of there are like two ways, and you should use both of them. So basically, first you need to basically like divide the tasks. If someone's got a problem with you, you should not really care what that person thinks of you. You should not seek recognition from others. You should be content with the way you are, and not really care what other people think of you. Well, you should still be ethical and that kind of stuff, but sometimes, despite all your efforts, some people just do not like you for some reason. I've experienced that myself. Basically, I was working in one of the universities in my city, and I tried my best. I tried my best to be nice to other people, and still, to my surprise, I found a lot of people who were kind of hating me. I guess. Well, I'm not sure if they were hating me, but at least they really disliked me, and that was kind of funny. And at the time, it was like in summer 2025. I never heard of this book before, so I was like, okay, people do not like me. I do all my best to be liked by everyone. I'm unhappy. Like there's something that I'm doing wrong, and I need to find a way to please everyone. But it was impossible. You cannot please everyone. It's just impossible, and there is no point. Even if that was possible, you shouldn't have done that anyway. So you should be okay in your like in your skin. You should be okay with the thought that other people might hate you, might dislike you, because people have free will, and it's their right to dislike you no matter what you do, and it's your right to like you no matter what they think and say about you. Another point or statement: all personal relationships, I'm sorry, all problems are coming from interpersonal relationship problems or just interpersonal relationship problems. So other um, made a statement that people only have problems because there are other people's, and because people live in society and in community, and there really wouldn't be a concept of problem if someone like Robinson Crusoe just lived in a remote isolated island, which was another interesting point because For me, it sounds counterintuitive because, for example, let's assume that I lived in an isolated island and then I would, get sick, and I would get a problem. Um, yeah, but according to Adlerian psychology, it's not really a problem, and I'm okay with that statement because after you read after you read the book, like you get the idea of what he's talking about or the author's talking about, and you're like, okay, that makes sense. You really have to go deeper than usual. Um, so the thing is, that would also be kind of problem, but you would not stress mm, that much about the problem. So at least not in a way that you would care about other kind of problems which are caused by interpersonal relationship problems. All right, so I've already talked about discarding other people's tasks, which is really necessary in order to become happy. Um, which was first step to become happy. The second step would be to become part of community and really contribute to it. So when you help other people, you feel like you belong. You create connections, strong connections, and because of those connections, because of the things that you see which are caused by you, like when you help community and you see positive changes, that really affects your brain a lot and causes you to become happy and remain happy. So yeah, highly suggesting and advising you to do that. Like find a community, help people, do that for yourself, and you'll get happy. A lot of people, they do help people, other people, but they do that because they expect other people to give back, and that way a lot of the times you will get frustrated, disappointed. So I would say it's not really a wise way to help people. Like when you help people, just don't expect anything back. That way you'll, be much more happier, much more happy. And the last point is live here and now. And I've heard this before, like a lot of the times, and I think you did too. But still, it's quite important. A lot of the problems or stress that people have are caused by the thoughts and regrets that people have, and also by the fears that they have about the future. So, in order to live your life fully, they suggest to not care much about the past and future because those two, past and future, they do not exist really. There is no guarantee that you will wake up tomorrow. There is no, like, the things that happened in the past. They're gone. So I've I've made kind of my own statement. I decided to make it a little bit poetic, and it goes like this: yesterday's promise is illusion, tomorrow's promise is death, and today's promise is life. So you only have life like in your hand now. So you should not waste it. All you have is now, not tomorrow, not yesterday. So get immersed, like really into anything you do right now, the moment that you are in. I think that's it. Goodbye.